video contains grammar lesson for the movie course Midnight in Paris. Okay, well, there was this scene in the movie when Inez met her old friends at a restaurant where they were dining with her parents. When Carol suggested that they drive to Versailles together the day after, Gil said they were locked into a lunch at Brasserie Libre, and then he said this sentence. I actually had a professor that dined there and saw James Joyce. That's right. As you may have guessed, today I'm going to be talking about relative clauses. We use relative clauses to give extra information about something without starting a new sentence and repeating the words. Have a look at this beautiful house. It is very beautiful, isn't it? We have two sentences to talk about this house. I bought a new house. It is very big. We can combine these two sentences using a relative clause. I bought a new house which is very big. In order to make relative clauses, we need relative pronouns like who, whom, which, and that. Please bear in mind that the relative pronoun can be the subject or object of a defining relative clause. If the relative pronoun is the subject, the relative clause can come either after the subject or the object of the sentence, and we cannot drop the relative pronoun. Look at this example. Here we have the relative clause after the subject of the sentence. The people who live in this island are very friendly. As you see, the subject of the sentence is people, and who refers to people, so it is a relative pronoun as the subject. And the relative clause who live in this island comes after the subject, people. Look at another example. In this situation, we have the relative clause after the object of the sentence. I sent a package which arrived 20 days later. In the sentence, package arrived 20 days later, package is the subject, so which, as a relative pronoun, is the subject of this clause. But in the complete sentence, I sent a package which arrived 20 days later, package is the object. So the relative clause, which arrived 20 days later, comes after the object of the sentence, which is package. Whose is always the subject of the relative clause and can never be left out. It replaces a possessive and can be used both for people and things. Look at this lady standing by this BMW. We have two sentences. The woman is coming tonight. Her car is a BMW. The woman whose car is a BMW is coming tonight. As I've told you before, we can also use whose for things. The house belongs to me. Its roof is very old. The house whose roof is old belongs to me. If the relative pronoun is the object, the relative clause can also come either after the subject or the object of the sentence. But there is a difference here. In this situation, we can drop the relative pronoun if we want to. The university which she likes to apply for is very famous. So as you see, which is a relative pronoun as an object, because the university is in fact an object. But in this special sentence, because we start, the sentence with the university is the subject of the sentence. So the clause, which she likes to apply for, comes after the subject of the sentence, which is the university. We can also drop which and say, the university she likes to apply for is very famous. Look at another example. In this situation, we have the relative clause after the object of the sentence. Sam met a woman who I went to school with. A woman is an object, so who as a relative pronoun is an object. and the clause who I went to school with comes after the object of the sentence, which is a woman. We can also drop who and say, Sam met a woman I went to school with. Please note that if the verb in the relative clause needs a preposition, we put it either at the end of the clause or before the relative pronoun. Look at this picture. The lady seems to be so happy because she has a lot of money. Okay, let's get to the sentences. The job is well paid. She applied for the job. The job which she applied for is well paid. So as you see, the preposition for comes at the end of the relative clause which she applied. We can also say, the job for which she applied is well paid. So for, as the preposition, comes before the relative pronoun which. That's all for today. Now it's over to you. Practice using the relative clauses by following the links provided in the lesson. To get more information about the courses, please visit www.clickenglishschool.com.